Going the distance with local sports. Covering the Loretto Mustangs, Summertown Eagles, and Lawrence County Wildcats. Basketball, football, baseball, and more. This is the xSports Network.
We ready to go, sir? All right, well, welcome everybody back to this. We are already starting off.
We'll pick it up where we left off last week.
We're back here on xSports Live, brought to you by Hinie's BBQ. We are going to try to not get fined by the FCC this week. So
the FCC on this kind of stuff. Yeah.
Well, not yet, at least. But let's not push them towards it.
It's Facebook, whatever.
Just for the time being. But after one of our all-time legendary xSports Lives, we're back here trying to pick it up where we left off. Dusty Kaiser, Hayden Burgess, Cam Ashburn, I'm AJ Goodcliffe. Brazier will be joining us for hour number 2, the second half.
Whichever one comes first.
Well, yeah, whichever one comes first. So, guys, how you been? It's
been a good week. Been hot. It's going to get hotter.
I'd say it's been good for me. I mean, weather's beautiful. Just been out, chilling by the pool, doing a little.
I was fixing to say, don't ask this guy how's it been. Ain't like he's out working hard.
Yeah,
hanging out by the pool.
It's summertime.
Chilling with the plastic flamingos outside.
Yeah, he's got his flamingo on.
It looks like an orange sherbet threw up on him.
That's just
Hey, Michael.
I'm a Tennessee fan too, but
well, that's what I told him. I said, Michael's not going to be here this week, so one time I don't have to deal with it before football season even starts. And then this guy walks in, he looks like he come off.
Better believe it.
He's half fishing and half laying by a cabana.
hey, those Columbia. Is that a Columbia?
It is, yeah. I got from Outlook in Pulaski.
Those are really a good plug. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm assuming, right?
For Jeff.
Okay. Good plug.
As far as I know.
Don't hear otherwise. Those are like. I used to make fun of people with them.
Yeah, the old fishing shirts.
No, I did because I'm like, they look stupid, man.
Well,
They are real lightweight.
Hey, I tell you what, we went to the beach, and I don't know, it's like 5-6 years ago. That's going off the rails already.
Yeah, man.
I went to the beach, and I was like, I'm just pouring sweat. And this guy, he's like, you got to get you one of them Columbia shirts. I'm like, maybe you're right. So I went to the store and bought one. Like, it was ugly. It was like, I only had like a color. It was about the color of this glass.
Yeah.
It was hideous. Well, I bought it, and I wore it 4 days straight.
Absolutely.
It was awesome.
They're great.
Then I ended up buying like
I got a closet full of them. And I even went to the long sleeve ones. I like those too, the real thin ones.
Yeah. Well, I started sweating in them, and then now they stink, so I don't wear them anymore.
Well,
we rock the Peter Millars now. Sorry.
Thank you.
Well, no, it's okay.
I like the shirts.
Yeah, they are good.
It's nice.
But not as busy of a week sports-wise. And speaking of, since, you're dressed like a Tennessee Christmas tree right
Exactly.
now.
Always have to.
Biggest news coming out, the transfer portal has been very
like
busy for
basketball.
Tennessee baseball, but the biggest name, their closer, Chase Burns, leaving to go into the transfer portal. It's been rumored he's going to TCU or wherever.
Well, I know where he's going.
Yeah.
I do.
Where's he going?
Where's he going?
I can't tell you.
Oh.
I don't know where he's going.
I don't care.
No, in all seriousness, like I've talked to multiple people. Like I don't have the connection I did once, but I do know people in the baseball program. Georgia.
Georgia.
Ooh.
SEC, but
Well, I just think that, again, like we talked about last week about the whole portal thing, and I think this is just another example.
yeah. Somebody losing their job, they just leave.
Well, it all goes back to he got put in the bullpen, and you know anything about starting pitching that's young guys? They don't like that.
No, they don't like it.
That's like a demotion. That's like putting you from manager to
Just a regular
like
general labor.
security guard or
Yeah.
something. It's like just a cashier. Like okay, that's. But that's not the way to look at it, though.
No,
I mean,
the change from him going from starter to the bullpen is what turned their season.
absolutely, is what turned their season around.
Why he
And
can't
kids
see?
see, that's what I'm saying. They don't comprehend.
No.
Yeah.
All they see is, man, I'm electric. I can throw this stuff. They didn't give me the chance. So he's gonna. To his credit, He didn't pout. He didn't let it affect his play on the field.
No, he didn't. He waited till season's over.
But he wasn't happy, and that's fine. That's his deal. If that's, and I was told that he was not guaranteed a start, that he would be put back in the starting rotation. So I mean, you got to do what he thinks is best for him, and he's got a relationship with the new Georgia coach. But I don't know if that's where he's going. But that's I was told that's where.
He'd be a good landing spot.
Because there's a prior relationship there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of baseball, the Atlanta Braves, Dusty Ware and the hat have been red hot, 13 of 14, and kind of looking like, I don't want to say it this early, but they're looking like one of the teams to beat right now.
Don't jinx us.
And so are the Reds.
Well, that's a whole different.
Yeah.
That's a whole different situation. But I haven't watched the Braves a lot until that series with the Reds.
Boy.
They're so unlikable.
Unlikable?
What?
They're so unlikable.
Why is that?
What's wrong with them?
If Ronald Acuna played for any other team, would you like him?
Absolutely.
No, you would not.
I think
you would loathe his guts.
No.
Do you like Bryce Harper?
Do I like? No.
Okay,
No, I don't like Bryce.
But he's an arrogant. He's arrogant.
You about did it again, didn't
No,
you?
I did. I stopped myself. I said, I'm going to stop myself. He's arrogant. But
And Ronald Acuna's not?
no, but I've seen it. If you go watch Bryce Harper live and then you go watch Acuna live, it's two totally different players.
Yes.
Yeah, because one's white and one's black.
No, at least Acuna does talk to the people out in right field. Bryce Harper don't even look at them.
But he can't speak English. You don't
Bryce
know-
Harper?
No, Acuna.
Okay, he gets to wave.
But you said he stopped to him.
But if he was on the Reds, you would love him. If he was right-footed for your Reds, you'd love him.
No, I probably wouldn't.
Yes, you would.
No, I probably wouldn't.
Because you would have the second best player in baseball on your team.
Who's the first best?
Everybody says Ohtani, but I mean,
Well, I think that's true, but I mean, Bryce Harper would be the second best, right?
not in baseball. He's not better than
He was
Acuna.
MVP.
I don't care.
This year.
Acuna's going to be MVP this year.
Yeah, Acuna's probably going to be.
You think so?
Probably.
He might be. Freddie Freeman might be.
He might be. Maybe.
Oh, yeah. We'll see.
Ellie De La
Maybe.
Cruz might be. No, I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously, the kid's a phenom.
Well, they all got to stay healthy.
But they are unlikable.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I think that Acuna is more likable than Harper. Across the board, I think if we went to some kind of live poll,
Well, yeah, you're in Braves country.
I don't care. Take it.
Not the whole nation, though.
Well, not just. I'm talking about if you just went across the nation with it. I think people's going to tell you about Bryce Harper. No, I think he's just an arrogant. He's terrible.
So Fernando Tatis, is he likable?
I don't think so.
I think, but he's identical to Acuna. The celebrations, the chest pumping,
That's
chains.
everywhere.
Yeah,
That's
The
everywhere.
only thing he's missing from Fernando is a steroid positive, and it's coming. All those.
Really?
Man, he's going
that route.
I am. Ozzy Albies, second baseman. How tall is the guy? 5'5"?
Yeah, 5'5".
6'5".
How many home runs did he hit last year?
A bunch.
Okay.
He's on track to beat his record, I think.
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, he's on track. Yeah.
He was hitting some long ones in Cincinnati.
That's not normal.
It's not. So does that mean every player?
Arcia, has he ever hit the ball this good? Ever in his career?
No, so we automatically just say they're on steroids because they're hitting the ball good?
He comes to Atlanta, boom, he starts hitting the ball good. It's not right.
I love these haters. It's kind of like Tennessee fans hating on Alabama.
I know, because there's a lot of Tennessee fans. There's nobody around here that hates the Braves. Nobody. There's a few.
Except you.
There's a few, yeah.
So I'm definitely a minority.
There's a few transplants.
Yeah. So all right. So then you got. It's not like they're using reindeer antler blood. I mean, this is like synthetic.
I mean, it's the stuff like the Rocks
This is
use.
stuff that's going under the radar. HGH.
Yeah, it's probably like what the Rocks use.
The Rock.
Yeah, you know, whatever he's on.
Popped.
Oh,
He'll get popped. If he tested, he'd get.
the Rock, dude, he would like burn a cup up.
Yeah.
He got tested.
It'd be like,
But I mean,
he'd be blasting a styrofoam cup. And you're like, oh, where's the bottom go? You know what I'm talking about? He'd be blasting.
yeah, I know.
Oh, well, speaking of baseball, we had, the 24th perfect game, Major League history last night.
Yeah.
Jermaine did it. He did it, guys, with 99 pitches.
First time since 12.
I mean, it was...
Chip Jones was still playing that.
It was impressive.
Awesome happened.
However, game against the Oakland A's, who is
They're
purposely.
They're worse. They're worse than the minor league team.
No, they're purposely
Probably.
tanking.
Right.
I mean, I think it's just.
They are.
And I thought,
purposely bad.
that's rough. It's rough when when you're trying to, in your mind, think, okay, they're not throwing this game.
Yeah.
And they got to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just terrible.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, it was a lot of weak contact, a few strikeouts. I think only one really good defensive play was needed by Rizzo over at first.
Yeah.
You think that's why you didn't hear anything much about it, though? I mean, it wasn't.
Well, it come across your phone, and then it was just kind
I
of.
don't get notifications.
Yeah,
Because I don't.
I got a notification after the 7th inning. Is when I got
Like
a
he's on
notification.
alert.
And it was on the West Coast, which I think
It was so late at night.
so late.
Yeah, it was in
I
Oakland.
didn't get a notification until like 10:30.
Yeah, it was late. It was late.
I turn off all the
Late.
notifications. I don't like. If I see it on Twitter, then I'll go get covered. But
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't see nothing.
Yeah, it was quiet. It was very quiet.
It was. Of course, I don't follow a lot of New York guys either. So.
Well, no.
Then again, it was late night. It
true.
was
I think
on the
that's
West Coast, and it was against the A's, which I wouldn't be surprised if they don't get no hit or perfect gamed again.
Oh, it
Not just this year,
could.
but next year.
Yeah, it
because
could
it's 2
easily
years
happen.
before they go to Vegas.
Yeah, they still
got
got
another
another year.
season there before
Yeah, they
they
have
go to
another year
Vegas.
to tank.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
How does Major? I mean, let's talk about the A's because the A's. You go back to the late '80s. You two don't remember that.
I mean, the World Series champs in
But
'89.
you had the Bash brothers. You had Eckersley.
You had
You had
Ricky
Ricky
Henderson,
Henderson.
Dave Henderson,
Dave Stewart.
Dave Stewart,
I mean, they were loaded. You had the
Walt
Bay
Weiss.
series.
Walt Weiss played shortstop.
I mean, the team was loaded.
I mean, it was
And
like
they-
the old school Yankee. I mean, but they were ball players. Like these guys played hard
And remember
every
the
night.
late 90s, early 2000s when they had the best trio of starting pitchers.
Tim Hudson.
Tim Hudson, Barry Zito,
Oh,
and,
Barry Zito, yes, the lefty.
Who went to San Francisco?
who's the other? Tim Hudson, Barry Zito.
Barry Zito.
Jason Giambi was on the team, but he wasn't a pitcher, obviously.
Yeah.
I
Who
got
was
it.
the other pitcher?
If you hadn't asked me, I could have told you.
Yeah.
But,
Kill me.
Billy Bean obviously had the whole movie made about him. I don't know if he's that good looking in real life, because Brad Pitt. I think if I was to have a movie made about me, I'd want somebody like Brad Pitt playing me.
Was it Mark Mulder?
Mark Mulder, yeah, I
yes.
just looked it up too. Yeah, those teams were good, even though they never won a championship, but they were still pretty.
They were
good.
good. Was it? That was the year the Yankees beat them on that crazy.
That great, yep.
play.
Yeah,
Peter backhand.
Yeah. So I don't listen. That team has so much history.
and they're just throwing it away.
It's sad, and Major League Baseball's known for years that stadium was horrible. It's the same stadium.
Yep.
It's the same stadium they were playing in the '80s.
Yep.
I mean, it was a multi-purpose stadium for many years.
For many years.
And Candlestick, you get the earthquake game and all that.
Yes.
You knew it was in despair. Why was this not worked out decades ago?
Yeah, 25 years ago, they could have started renovating.
But the thing is, I don't think the ownership of Oakland A's wanted out. I don't think they wanted a new stadium because that would tie them to that city.
Oh, I think you're right.
And so you look at everything else in Oakland, everything's moved out.
There's
Everything's
nothing
gone.
Well, the Raiders
the Raiders
left.
moved out. Golden State left Oakland to go to
they're
San Francisco.
San
That's
Francisco.
it.
And you won't be long. I know Golden State and the 49ers both have new stadiums, but how much longer till people start wanting out of San Francisco?
Yeah.
The people already are.
Yes.
Yeah, 49ers are in Santa Clara.
They already.
Yeah.
That's not San Francisco.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they're already out.
Well,
Yeah,
you
they're
know
already
what?
That's
out.
his franchise name. I think.
You know, the Warriors are downtown.
Yeah.
They're
in
heading
the middle
downtown.
of it,
Yeah.
Yeah. So now on to some college football news. And, guys, Kirby Smart is not looking positive right now about the recent allegations.
Well, I
coming
just
out.
looked into it as you was talking about it from what little bit I've seen, yeah.
Is anybody surprised?
No, and I'm going to say no.
Not really.
But you want to think, I guess, you want to think that they would have a better hold, if you want to use it that way, of some of their players.
My brother-in-law brought up a good point. Post Baylor, don't you think these coaches in these athletic departments would want a better handle on these situations, like a better protocol?
There's
after
got to be.
everything
They've
that
got to
went
do
down with
something.
Baylor?
They have to do something.
Yeah, it just I mean, they knew these guys did what they did, and they still signed them just to watch them screw up again.
Yes.
It's so mind-boggling that, I mean.
Why would you want that in your program?
Exactly. I don't
Because they don't care.
Exactly. It's money. Honestly, think about it.
Let's just say that some guys, they end up kicking those guys off, which I think they did.
Yeah.
Let's say it hurts them. Let's say they lose scholarships. Let's say that there's sanctions.
Yeah.
Let's just say they lose a bowl. Nobody can look back on 2 championships. Worth it. What he's going to say.
Yes.
That's what he ain't say it publicly.
No, he'll never say it publicly.
Yeah.
That's kind of the Urban Meyer thoughts about his Gators.
See, that's where I was thinking to say. That's where I want to go with this.
Yeah.
Is I want to go the Urban Meyer route with this. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at what Butch Jones was bringing in Knoxville. Everybody was talking about, but the whole time, if you would listen to some people, that was. I don't know. I know your father-in-law didn't agree with me when I was saying all this. I'm like, what he's building there is not sustainable. These guys are not. They're a 5-star, sure, but there's a reason Nick Saban didn't recruit this person.
Right.
There's a reason the only offer they had was from East Carolina, Central Michigan,
There's baggage.
Illinois.
There's
a reason.
Yes.
There's something that comes along with athletes.
You're not just getting a player. You're getting a player plus.
What comes
All-
with them.
yeah.
They would score a negative on the Wonderlic. That's
Right.
the kind of picture
Yes.
you were getting.
Absolutely.
Now moving on to a subject I know you two are passionate about. James Harden is decided to.
That's
Okay.
You guys
we
take
had-
it from there.
Yeah. Talking about our delusional rant last time.
Yeah,
I mean, I got one way for him. He's an idiot.
Yeah, he's dumb. Like, how do you not go into a contract extension, opt into your contract, and then you're probably going to get traded? It makes no sense on James.
When my
part.
phone went off today and I seen that, I had to look at it twice.
Yeah.
Because I thought, okay, this is just somebody's tweeted something and it's fake news. I really thought that. Well, then you click on it and you read about 30 seconds into it, and I'm like, this guy's delusional.
Yeah. Because, like, he just pretty much, like, bet on himself for a long-term contract.
A long-term, and he's on the backside.
Yeah, he's
way past
his
yes. I mean, you see Kyrie Irving. He wants to go somewhere where he can finish his career and call it home.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Well,
Good luck with that.
calling home for him is 2 years.
Yeah.
Not even 2 years. He's not played 2 years at the same team in 4.
I don't even know if he's played 2 years consecutively.
No.
That's true.
And the team they got, the team he's put on his list, and I pull for him just because I like Devin Booker.
Yeah.
He can't go to the Suns.
They can't afford him. With this new CBA, like, I'm telling you, I've read about it. It's going to be hard for these teams to pay players.
I don't know how they're going to do it.
I don't know how Golden State, I don't know how they're going to keep their team together. I don't know how Klay
And I
Thompson's
think,
there.
and they're going to keep Draymond, and Clay's going to be the odd man
Yeah,
out.
he's going to be the odd man out probably.
And I know that he's fell off since his injuries, and I hate that. But Clay's going to be the odd man out.
Yeah.
We didn't see him lose Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
They're going to keep Wiggins because he's so young, I think. So Clay would be the odd man. And then, of course, you're going to keep Draymond because we talked about that. And then, CP3's only going to be there a year. And I think,
It's not guaranteed. And then
No.
also, I mean, you look at in Denver, they're going to be losing Bruce Brown probably more than likely.
they're going to have to lose him.
They're going to have to lose
Well,
him.
how are the Lakers going to sign Austin Reeves if they want to sign him to a max contract?
They're trying to sign him and Rui.
No way.
So,
No way.
With this in this collective bargaining agreement is going to be going all the way towards 2030, I think it was.
Yeah, we got like 7 years.
Yeah, 7 years of this. So it's going to be real spread out. These teams are going to be evened out. So I'm looking forward to it, but I'm kind of interested how contracts are going to look after this year.
We'll see where it goes. It just gets more interesting as time goes along.
Yeah.
We're coming up next here on xSports Live. We've got members of the Lady Cat cheerleading squad that will be joining us here in a few minutes.
This is the xSports Network.
Great food is just a short drive to Heine's BBQ in Lawrenceburg. Mouth-watering is just one way to describe the amazing flavors of the best piece of Heine in town. When you dig into a plate of pulled pork, hand-chopped brisket, chicken, wood-fire oven pizzas, and the menu goes on. Wash it all down with a swig of Heine Shine lemonade and then make your way over to the gift shop full of Heine sauces, snacks, and more. Heine's BBQ, Highway 43 North in Lawrenceburg.
Are you tired of missing out on family life just to be treated like another truck number? Since 1986, Southeast Cares has been a family-operated business based in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Being family-owned ourselves, we understand the importance of family, which is why we value it above all else. With our large number of dedicated lanes and our friendly staff, we are able to evenly divide your home time with the amount of time you spend on the road. We offer multiple benefits with large company pay, all while keeping a small company environment. For more information, visit our website at southeastcares.com or check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
From our humble beginnings to today, Parks Lumber Company has continuously served Lawrence and surrounding counties for over a century. Although we started as a small lumber yard in 1896, we have grown to include everything you need to make your dream project come to life. No matter your building needs, our experienced staff will be with you every step of the way to ensure you receive the highest customer service and attention to detail you deserve. Visit us at 106 2nd Street or on Facebook. We guarantee you will see working with PLC is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Story and Lee, the Tennessee Valley's most dynamic furniture store, featuring our Made in America galleries with solid wood dining and bedrooms, leather furniture, mattresses, and so much more. You want it? We've got it. With our 3 acres of showroom and our huge warehouse, we're sure to have exactly what you want. And it's all ready to be delivered to your home absolutely free. Just try that anywhere else. We are Story and Lee.
Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is your premier source for hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, residential and commercial carpet, carpet tiles, ceramic and porcelain tile, waterproof floating floor, plus blinds and shutters. Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is also home to all name brands and can tackle projects big and small. Installation, you're covered with installers who've got years of experience and stand behind their work. Let Lawrenceburg Flooring and More make your design dreams a reality. 2760 Highway 43 North or visit LawrenceburgFlooringandMore.com.
For decades, First Class Charter has provided high-quality motor coach transportation services to the Tennessee Valley. With numerous safety and cleanliness accreditations, First Class Charter is ready to make your group trip a reality. Contact us today by visiting firstclasscharter.net. First Class Charter, the official motor coach company of the North Alabama Lions.
Tired of driving into the city every time you need appliances, furniture, or heck, just about anything? Next time, stay local and come to Swap and Shop Center. We have everything you want, from computers to furniture, major appliances, lawn and garden tools, electronics, you name it. Our #1 goal is to get you the items you need at a price you can afford. We even offer 120 days same as cash financing. We won't be undersold. We specialize in service after the sale. We pick up where everyone else leaves off. Swap and Shop Center, family owned and operated in Lawrenceburg for over 61 years.
This is the xSports Network.
xSports Live brought to you by Hinie's BBQ. We are joined by a pair of members of the Lady Cad cheerleading squad. Ladies, introduce yourselves.
I'm Gracie Trousdale. I'm a senior. I'm Anna Kate Kennedy, and I'm a junior.
All right. Well, guys, thank you for joining us here tonight. And from what I know, you guys, the last couple of weeks have been pretty busy. So tell us what you guys been involved with.
So the past week we attended University of Knoxville.
Is it on?
Yeah, it's on. We're good.
Okay.
Come on, Kevin.
University
Come on.
Oh, my goodness.
And we did fabulous. And we grew closer as a team. And obviously we brought home the banana, so that was very exciting. So what do you have?
Yeah.
I mean, it was amazing. I mean, we had the best time. I think we definitely grew closer as a team, and we definitely made a ton of memories that I'm going to remember forever. It was awesome.
So, I mean, first things first, we got to bring up the banana in the room. Tell us about the banana and how you guys were able to bring it back to Lawrence County.
So the banana goes out to like the team that has the most spirit, or that shows that they're so excited to be there. Just like the team you would want to be on. And so we got it the first night we were there. We came in with all the energy we could ever have and more. And then the second day, obviously another team got it, which you can see who signed it. And then the third night, somebody else got it. And then the fourth day, which is the day we left, it goes out to who showed the most, like all over. Like who brought it all 4 days. So we got the banana, and that's just, yeah.
So can you win it each day, or
You can.
you
You
can't
could,
win
yeah.
each day? Like, so this is like the Stanley Cup of cheerleading.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
This is why
definitely.
you go to camp.
This is why you
Yes.
go to camp,
This
is
is
to
what-
bring the banana home.
Right,
So
yeah.
you guys gonna put this in a trophy case somewhere?
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna. Yeah, it'll hang up for a long, long time. Yeah.
All right, Dusty. I know Dusty has got a literal like
got the whole
notebook. Of,
ACL.
Well, I have a little mess. I was sitting around somebody's pool last week, and we were talking about
whose
it.
pool was that?
Miss Anna Kate's here.
Okay. Okay.
So we were talking about this. So, from what we gathered, 2011 was the last time that the Lawrence County Wildcat cheerleaders brought home the banana. So I think that's really cool. So now the question is, how much work went involved to winning this?
Oh man. Well, I know.
Is it a daily effort? I mean,
Oh,
hours
yeah.
every day?
So we get to camp at 8:15ish
Yes.
or those 4 mornings, and we did not leave till 8:30 that night. Well, we got lunch and dinner breaks, but you go all out the whole time you're there. Like, you do not get a break.
So it's cheering, jumping,
Yes.
flipping, whatever.
I mean, it's just
the whole
acting
time.
crazy. I mean,
I
I
told the
know.
team, I said, if you don't feel dumb by the time you leave, then you didn't do it right.
No,
You
yeah.
don't feel dumb?
Yeah.
Don't.
Like, you just act like you've never acted
Right.
before, and that's
Yes.
what they want to see.
And that's what they want to see. Okay.
A lot of the time, we would just hold this up just
Yeah.
randomly. It'd just be an
I think by the end of the
LC, just
camp,
like this.
we had everybody.
Oh yeah.
LC.
Oh, and we would do the chant.
Oh yeah.
I would say like really, really loud as I could, LC, and then the rest
they
of
would
the
all
team.
say, you know.
Yeah.
And we had every team, even the UCA staff doing it by the time we left.
Yeah.
So when did y'all start preparing for camp? Was it since school's been out, or was y'all doing this before we got out for summer?
You have tryouts, and as soon as everybody makes a team, you're already talking about camp. Like, you
Oh, yeah.
cannot wait to go to camp. That's just what you look forward to. Like, being a varsity cheerleader, that's what it is. Like, getting excited for camp, and then you get ready for the season.
So is this the only camp that y'all do?
Yeah.
Or will y'all
Well, it
do?
is stunt camp before we go.
You do what?
A stunt camp.
Okay, yeah. Anna, can tell me a little bit about how's that stuff going? Is it going pretty good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
It's
cool.
awesome. Yeah.
So, and I know your mom's not here, Gracie. So I think she's in her 9th year
Yes.
as the cheer coach.
Yes, sir.
So, Miss Sarah Catherine, we do miss you not being here tonight. So now, Gracie, I'm going to ask you, what's it like cheering for your mom, her being your coach? Do y'all separate that?
I try to, just because it's not fair for like the other girls being like, oh well, that's her mom, and like mom tries to not show favoritism to me, and I don't think she does. at all.
No.
I think once we're with the team, it's not about who's her favorite, who's this. We're all at one team, so it doesn't really matter.
Right.
At the end of the day, I know she's my mom, but she's got to be just as tough as me on me
Right.
as she is the whole team.
And one other thing, so I know I know we've been talking about getting ready for high school football. So what about we getting ready for the cowbell? What are we doing getting ready for our pep rallies? Have we started any of that
What do we need
preparation?
to expect for that?
So we have already started our cowbell dance. We're so excited.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome.
We've already learned 2 songs of it.
Our seniors are doing a great job at that. They're awesome.
We're really excited.
Good.
Yeah.
So what's the cowbell?
Well, yeah, it's our pep rally, you know. And we get to make cowbells for it.
Yes.
Always. So it's just like, who do we play cowbell?
I think.
Is it-
Is it?
Loretta?
Giles County?
Giles County.
Well,
It used to be
I think
Giles
it's Loretta.
County.
I think it's
I think
Loretta
it is
now.
Loretta this year.
Yeah.
Summertown?
Well,
Is the
Loretta's on
cowbell?
road.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
Somebody got a schedule.
When I was in high school, it was Giles County.
When we
and
were in
that's
high
what we
school,
played.
it was like
They do
the
play
second
Giles
game
County.
of the year.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they do play Giles.
Are they back on the
I
schedule?
think what we're doing this year is our first game is Summertown, so we're considering that as cowbell. But I think it's like, I think our actual cowbell game is Summertown.
Okay.
But then the next game we have is Homecoming, so we're dancing for Summertown. Like our
Okay.
cowbell pep rally will be for Summertown or
Okay.
for the first game.
So take us through when you guys are at camp. What's a normal daily day like? I know you got to bring a lot of energy, but what are you guys doing from sun up to sundown?
I woke up at like 6:30
Yeah.
every single day.
So we get there. We left at 7 on
Monday.
Monday morning. We got there. We got into our dorms. Then you get ready, freshen up a little bit, and you go. And they like show you what you're going to be learning. We do some stunts, pyramids, cheers. So you learn 3 cheers. This is the first and second day. You're learning everything that they're teaching you. So you learn 3 cheers, a dance, 3 sideline cheers, which is different from your actual cheer. And then you kind of just freshen up on that like the first 2 days. And then lots of stunning, lots of jumping, lots of just everything. And then the 3rd day we learned another dance. And then the 4th day is competition day. So we competed everything we learned. So we got first in our dance and pyramid, which is really good.
Yeah.
Out of like 9 teams, I think. And they were all competition teams.
Oh, yeah.
Big
teams.
Big, like teams of like 24 in our 13. Because we missed one, or we're missing one because she was in Europe.
Yes,
On a
Europe.
school trip.
She was in Europe.
It's not a bad place to be.
It's a good excuse.
Yeah. And then you compete your game day, your sideline, and your cheer. And we got 3rd overall in that.
3rd overall, yeah.
Which is still really
I think we
good.
got 2nd in our sideline or something. Yeah. So, the days at camp, I mean, last year for me, it definitely felt like longer. But I think our just group this year, like we're just so loving and supportive of each other. It just went by super, super quick, and it was a great time.
I feel like we got there and we left.
Oh, yeah.
That's how fast it went.
Yeah.
So now, do you guys have any more competitions after camp? I know you guys got the games and all that, but what's next competition?
So we are competing this year for the first time since Mom's been coaching. She's never competed. So she left it up to the seniors. So me, Callie, and Addison McFall, Callie Smith, we decided that we wanted to compete this year. So I think it's like one every month we compete, kind of what we did at camp. Mm-hmm. So we're really excited about that, just to get that going, and we'll see how it goes.
Goal is nationals.
Yes, goal is nationals at Disney.
Yes.
Hoping. Yes.
Boy, that was that big
My
dream.
language.
Can't go wrong
Happy
with
at Disney,
Disney.
Dusty.
I reckon we can go cover
Yes, y'all need to go.
I'm going to be there in December anyway. Is it in
When?
When we
December?
make it.
When we
y'all
make
can
it to
come.
When you make
So
it.
In
we make it.
February.
February.
So Kevin and Ben, if you're watching at home, if they make Disney, we're going to come out.
I'm assuming it's ESPN World Sports.
Yeah,
That's where-
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's where
Yeah.
I'm going. Yeah. We're going to be there.
Yeah.
We have to make it
You
now.
got, you got basketball.
I can just
Oh,
find a way to
yeah, you got to go work.
Tell
yeah.
them you're going on a mission.
Yeah, I'm going on a trip.
Mission. Got anything?
I got one more thing. So your mom posted some pictures
Yes.
of you as a kid coming up since she's been a cheer coach.
Mm-hmm.
So was this year the best?
Absolutely.
Was it?
It's always been fun watching the girls, just being there with Mom, but just being able to not even lead the team as a senior, but just being a part of the team as a senior. It's just incredible to see how far like she's come as a coach and us as like a team just like come up and step up and just get it done.
Cool.
And obviously we got it done. So we got the
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We got it done.
So when you guys won the banana, like did you guys sprint to take it, or was it like ceremonious, or just
they
like?
stand on the stage and they do like a little drum roll thing, and you form the banana. It's a whole.
Wait, but you need to tell them about how they told us that we didn't get it.
Okay, so we had 2 UCA staff we absolutely loved, like the best
Oh
we
my
could get.
goodness,
Nielsen
awesome.
and
Ori.
we loved them. So they came up to Mom, which they're not supposed to do this, which they did this year, and they were like, "Y'all didn't get the banana," and Mom was like, "What?" And they were like, "Wait, y'all didn't get the banana."
You're joking.
It went to
Brentwood
High School.
Okay.
And so Mom was devastated. She was like, "It's okay. We got the first night. It's fine." So she had already prepared us. And I knew, like, deep down, I was like, "We got it. Like, they're just joking." I said, "Are you sure?" I told her.
She looked at me and she was like, "No, they're joking." I was like, "No, they're not, Gracie."
I told Mom, I was
like, "No, they're not."
They're just saying that. And she said, "No, they're not." So we got ready for them to get the banana out. And they were
but we were dancing, and I was so mad.
Oh, she was like, "I'm not."
I was like, I can't even. I started crying. I was like, I can't even do this.
So you're like the girl from the meme that's dancing to the music but you're crying anyway.
Yes, it was.
Is that you?
It was. Yeah, I was not here.
Like, you know, hands
It's all fake the whole time. She's like, I don't want to do it.
Because you can't show that like we knew. So they got ready to get the banana out, and they were like, "The team is," and then they said Lawrence County. And before that, I had looked at Callie, and I looked at her, and I said, "I know we're getting this banana." Because Nielsen, which was our big brother that they call, he winked at me before they said that, and he grabbed the banana, and I said, "We're getting it." And she was like, no, we're not. She said they wouldn't have said that. I said, Anna, we're getting that banana.
I was convinced. I was like,
so when they said Lawrence County, I looked at her and I said, I told you. And we all started crying.
I'm bawling.
There's a picture of, like, I just don't think the amount of, like, words we were saying can compare to, like, what we felt. Because, like, you go and you work your butt off the whole time you're there, and this is why. Like, it's
I
just so rewarding.
fell to the floor.
Yeah.
When they said Lawrence County, I just fell. I just couldn't.
And they throw it to you, and just to hold the banana, it's so rewarding.
I'm picturing this.
Dusty knows her
I'm just
very
trying to
well.
like just imagine.
He's having a lot of fun with
I
it.
am, 'cause, you know, as she's telling me this last week, she's like, we got to win a banana. And I'm like, what? You know, because this is just like my second daughter. And she's telling me all this, and I'm like, y'all win a banana? Like, I couldn't wrap my head around it. Because, you know, they didn't have any pictures to show me. Well, then I'm starting to see what her mom was posting on Facebook. They got it the first night. Well, actually, her mom texted me personally and was like, they got the banana. So I was like, okay, so that was part of my notes that I was going to lead into it. And then it was just, you know, then I see Facebook, and then her mom's texting me again. And so, but I would have loved to have seen the actual reaction.
There is a picture on Facebook. I'm crying, she's crying. I don't even know where half the team was because they were all like crying.
They might have collapsed.
Yeah,
I mean, if they just hit the floor,
they all just.
Yeah. The first night, I remember Aniston was on my shoulders. Aniston McFall, senior, was on my shoulders. And they said Lawrence.
So, the past few years, they've never gotten our name right. It's always like Lawrence or County. I mean, they can't get it right for some reason. They just never figured it out. So this year, the first night, they were like, and the banana goes to Lawrence.
And I was sitting here with Aniston like.
Everybody went like this. And somebody from our team, I don't know who it was, still you had to figure it out, said, what?
What?
And so they went, oh, my bad, Lawrence County. So, of course, like, it just hit you like, oh, that's us.
Yeah.
So we went crazy. I think everybody wasn't expecting somebody, like a team, to have that much energy the first day. Yeah. So we brought it. Everybody was kind of like, really? Like, them?
Oh, yeah.
But it was just incredible.
And when they threw the banana, it hit.
They just throw you at it?
They throw it through the crowd, and it just like hits every team's like cans, and they get it to the team that wins.
On the final day, do they do the same thing?
Yeah.
They chuck the banana.
Absolutely. Somebody didn't get mad and pop it or something.
I'm sure people wanted to.
This thing is like
this is like Tom Brady on the river throwing the Super Bowl.
But like they threw it, and the other teams are like pushing it to us because we were kind of in the back, and it hits Aniston in the head, and it's just bouncing around everywhere. Finally, we get it, and we just start
like going crazy. It hits her in the head, and it bounces to the next team.
Yeah, it was awesome.
She was like trying to get it, so she grabs it, and it hits her head, and it bounces off.
Do you know how much fun we're going to have with this all year, especially with football and basketball
Please
season?
bring this.
You've got to bring this so we can have fun with this.
So now obviously that the camp part is done. You got the cowbell stuff coming. So what's a daily kind of week to week now? I know you got the competitions. You got to prepare for that. So what do you guys now? You got football. You got basketball. You guys are very busy.
Yes,
from now on
absolutely.
to when you don't have to cheer to the end of basketball season.
And then we start again.
Yeah.
Until tryouts roll around, we're not done.
What pictures? Let me see.
Your mom's sitting in pictures right now.
But anyway, until tryouts for the next season comes around, we're not finished. We go from May to May. Like it's an all year, and I don't think people realize how much we practice to prepare for football and basketball.
You're always in there when basketball's in there.
Because you have football cheers that you have to learn, and you have cowbell, and you have homecoming. That's football, and band dances. That's like majority of what you're learning. And then you have to learn completely new cheers for basketball. Right. So I mean, you're constantly just learning new stuff.
And then we're working on stunts. We're working on pyramids. Like it's just going. Yeah. So.
You guys got anything else?
I think we're good. We're just laughing at the pictures. I'm getting pictures sent to me right now of y'all's face.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Well, guys, I'd like to thank you for coming by xSports Live tonight, and good luck the rest of the way. And we're all praying that trip to Disney in February is in your future.
Well, thanks for having us.
No problem. Well, coming up next, the guys and I, including Clinton, who just got here, we're going to be talking about the biggest lies in sports. We'll have that discussion, and hopefully we can keep the four-letter words down to a minimum this time. That's coming up next on xSports Live.
Do you have a small farm, a big farm, or just critters in the backyard to feed? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then you need to make the short drive down to A&B Feeds in Etheridge, Tennessee today. Owner and operator Jamie Ayers has you covered and will treat you right. That's A&B Feeds in Etheridge, Tennessee. Don't be left with stumps, overgrown trees, and cluttered land. Make the call today to Bayworth Trimming, licensed, bonded, and insured. Proudly serving the region with years of know-how. Call today 931-300-3554 or visit bayworthtrimming.com.
A local law firm respected throughout the state. Generations of clients have turned to Boston, Holt, and Durham since 1948. We assist individuals and businesses with their legal needs, including real estate, property closings, personal injury, employment discrimination, and family law. Our clients get the personal attention and convenience of a hometown law firm with the resources and ability to handle any case. Come see us at Boston, Holt, and Durham.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available in the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store.
I'm Mike Keith, and my friends at Elliott Johnson Insurance have a great partner in Auto Owners Insurance. Auto Owners makes it easy to get life, home, car, or business insurance. Let Elliott Johnson Insurance find the Auto Owners policy that makes a difference in your life. Call Elliott Johnson Insurance at one of their 3 locations, Florence, Loretto, and Lawrenceburg. Elliott Johnson Insurance, moving forward for our clients every day.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available in the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store.
Home run with the team at United Country Southern Tennessee Realty.
On the web, 931-321-8226.
Tommy Johnson, 931-722-4840.
Tyler Webb, 731-438-2084.
Travis Caldwell's 931-629-3033.
You're safe with United Country Southern Tennessee Realty.
Rent-Right Equipment has all the tools you need to get the job done. From bobcats to trenchers to augers to lifts, we have a large variety of equipment for every project, big or small. Need a new mower? We have you covered there too. With great brands Hustler and Big Dog, Rent-Right is ready to serve all your equipment needs. Call today and reserve your equipment from Rent-Right Equipment in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
Whether you're looking to spruce up the interior or exterior of your home or business, trust Lawrenceburg Glass to provide a one-of-a-kind product. From windows to mirrors, shower doors, custom framing, storefront installations, and everything in between, Lawrenceburg Glass takes pride in our quality craftsmanship and strong attention to detail. With us, your customer experience always exceeds expectations. We're reliable, on time, and we deliver stunning results. Lawrenceburg Glass. Our passion is reflected in our work.
Being raised in Tennessee, we believe in the importance of family and community. Creating a positive experience at our family-owned and operated business is one of the ways we share that belief.
Being in an accident can be extremely stressful. When it came time for my repairs, Mashburn's made it easy.
I am lucky to have a wonderful company in my community like Mashburn's Collision Center. It's reassuring to know that I'm in good hands because their work is second to none.
We pride ourselves that the Mashburn name is one of the most trusted in Lawrence County since 1981. Mashburn's Collision Center. Let our family take care of yours.
Are you looking for the perfect refrigerator? What about a new stove or washer or dryer? It only makes sense to shop at the one place that specializes in appliances, top to bottom, big or small. And that's Kelly Appliance in Lawrenceburg. Kelly Appliance is home to all major name brands, including LG. LG makes life good with a full selection of refrigerators, cooking appliances, dishwashers, microwaves, and more, including appliances made right here in Tennessee. Family owned and family operated. Stop by Kelly Appliance on Jerry Street in Lawrenceburg today.
This is the xSports Network.
Back here at xSports Live, brought to you by Hinie's BBQ. Clint Brazier joining the crew back after a long absence. Clint, it's good to have you back, man.
The talent is here. Mom's doing good. Got moved into a new house. Mom's doing great.
Good.
Mom, hey, like I said, I think I came up here when I hauled Bud up here, or when I thanked everybody. Apparently, I get it from my dad, because I am nowhere near as tough as my mother. She's a tough old broad.
Good. That's good. Well, before we move on to our big topic, I have to point out that Cam is rocking an old school Davey Allison hat here.
That's right.
I mean, you gotta give credit where credit.
That's not an old school hat. That's a new hat.
No, it's not.
There's no way that hat is 25, 30 years old.
It was bought in like '92, the year he was battling for the championship. No, seriously.
Well, all right, maybe
it stayed in. I have a ton of collectibles. Y'all need to come look at all my NASCAR stuff.
So it'll blow your mind. So that was a trucker hat before trucker hats became popular.
I'm sure. I found it in about 6-7 years ago. I was going through a bunch of old containers of memorabilia we've got, and this hat was in. I was like, well, there you go.
Well, that's the hat for the night.
And so I wore it last week. Well, when I went to the races in Nashville over the weekend, I told Lincoln, I said, of course, I don't have any current NASCAR stuff at all. I love the sport and still watch it. So I have a favorite driver. And I said, look, we got to find some of this old school stuff. Well, none of the shirts fit him. And I wasn't going to wear any of those old loud NASCAR shirts. Y'all remember those?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they were crazy.
Big, crazy.
I just had tons of, all the graphics. I'm not.
Ooh, that's a lot.
I wore a Corvette shirt. He wore a Ferrari shirt or something, and I put an old school Dale Earnhardt hat on him. And I wore the Davey Allison hat. But up until I started wearing it a couple years ago, or whenever I found it, it had never been worn. So that's why it looks.
There you go.
It does. It does look brand new.
Yeah, it's been worn now a little, but it had never been worn.
Bought that on eBay. He can find all
those. Bought it at Talladega in 1992.
I'm just kidding.
I wasn't even a Davey Allison fan. I like Davey Allison. I was a Dale Earnhardt fan, but I like Davey Allison too. But I don't know. I'll bring all that stuff one night. I'll show you. I got a bunch of cool stuff.
We might need to have a memory.
Not all of it.
You can't prove me wrong, because I know about as much about NASCAR as I know about geometry. So I'm not the biggest. If we're ever having a NASCAR discussion, I'm going to skip that show.
So what's funny is, you bring it up. I'm trying to find these if I can find one, but we were going through more. My son's now into it because I brought him this week, and he fell in love with it. And we started going through more stuff at my mom's. We found even more old school NASCAR stuff, and I'm like, this stuff might be worth some money here.
Probably, yeah.
It probably is, yeah.
Well, now moving on to our big topic, guys. Biggest lies in sports. So this can be interpreted a lot of different ways. I went in more general, kind of old school terms, like you've heard from coaches, you've heard from pundits, you've heard from whatever across. Biggest lies, where did you guys take that?
Man, I kind of the same. It kind of went to where kind of some new age stuff where the way they do some documentaries and things come out that way. A couple of older guys on the list, but yeah, it was kind of a mixture.
Yep. Same for the rest of you guys. It's kind of a mixture.
Yeah, just a mixture, a little bit of everything, but mostly just kind of like, guys, kind of like, for me, kind of like commitments, saying that you're going to do one thing and then you completely do another thing and you make people upset. So
let me
go
fire
ahead.
in here.
Okay.
Because I was mad that I couldn't be here last week.
Yeah, you missed an all-time.
You missed a good one.
Oh no, I tuned in.
He wasn't impressed.
Yeah, we got like a B rating or D rating from Clint.
Nah, that was just me. heck, but last week it was the most controversial.
Most delusional.
Most
delusional. Yeah, I have to think about it.
Well, here's the deal. I cannot believe nobody here said Isaiah Thomas.
I thought about Isaiah.
My most delusional player in here because it's 100% Isaiah Thomas. All right. Have we all watched?
He's crazy.
Bird and Magic, or Courtship of Rivals.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not only did he say, "Well, Larry Bird's not that good," if he was, if he wasn't white, nobody'd be bragging about him. Had to do a whole press conference for Larry Bird to say, "Hey, I don't care what he says." Before that. All right. Same documentary. He says, Magic found out he's got HIV. Isaiah Thomas is on a recording saying, "Y'all ever heard of anybody straight getting the disease?" Calling out one of his best friends for it.
Yeah.
Flash forward to all the coaching fires he's had. Flash forward to everything. Flash forward to all the Dream Team controversy. It wasn't just Jordan.
Yeah.
No.
Okay?
No.
It wasn't just Jordan that didn't want him on the team. All right? But then look at everything he says on every podcast he's in. He was on The Smoke the other day, and he ranked Jordan the 4th best player of all time.
Seriously?
Wow.
Who were his top 3?
Are you telling me that Isaiah Thomas is not one of the most controversial and full of it people you've ever seen in your life?
Sure.
Yeah, he's up there.
Crazy.
Oh, and speaking of, and then Rodman came out saying Larry Bird.
The thing Rodman said last week
today.
Did you see
Would
that?
be playing in Europe.
Yeah,
Rodman said that?
Yes.
Rodman said that.
Yeah, he was just dogging Bird.
Rodman's the one that started that controversy with Bird in the first place.
All right, so going into our topic tonight, one of my biggest liars in sports is Isaiah Thomas. But the other one is Scottie Pippen. What is wrong with Scottie Pippen?
We talked about
That's what we talked about last week.
You flash forward a year ago, every interview, every show Scottie Pippen's been on, Michael Jordan's the greatest player in the world. I'll never take anybody over Michael Jordan.
1 year.
I don't know what's wrong with the man.
And his wife leaving him and all that stuff.
But he's like he's crazy.
But now, Jordan's not. Look, I think, and y'all even touched on it last week. The Last Dance kind of showed a lot of people in negative light, even Jordan. And I even said it on our show before. I don't know that Jordan's the best human.
Right.
I don't.
Right.
I really don't. I don't think he is. There's sometimes you would like him been him more vocal on political things or whatever, and that was even before social media.
But you would like him to be more political?
There were times
because he said Republicans buy sneakers too.
Well, that's true, but
Right.
you don't have to. But you can come out and totally support a Democratic candidate in North Carolina that's not a member of the KKK. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't because he didn't want to.
That was the whole thing.
But that's not the point. The point is that's the greatest basketball player that may ever live. There may be somebody come along that I say he's better than Jordan ever thought about being. I don't think there will be.
No.
But there hasn't been one yet.
No. What you're saying is you don't want to model. You don't want to have your kids look at Michael Jordan and say, You should model your life after this."
Well, I don't
because he had a lot of gambling problems.
I don't think he's the best human. But without a doubt, I think he's the best basketball player that will ever live.
As a competitor and athlete, he's by far the best basketball player.
Yeah. And again, that goes back to the biggest lies, the biggest liars in sports. What's going on with Scottie Pippen? I feel like
I really think he's losing his mind. Like I think he's.
No, I don't know. He's bitter, man. It's not losing.
He could be, but I just think, man. But you just.
He doesn't get up and walk off the set of MSNBC like we had today. That's losing your mind.
What happened there? I missed it. I was playing golf.
Our president was giving an interview, and he just gets up and walks off.
Yeah, like he never checked up.
Oh.
In the middle of it, like it was over, but like you're supposed to sit there and let him throw it to break. No, he just walked in front of the cameras and gone.
He just got up and
just wandered off. Wow. That's losing your mind.
Okay, yeah.
Scottie Pippen isn't there.
Yeah, he's bitter.
He's bitter.
He's bitter, and he's finding a lot of excuses for a lot of things.
I'm not but on the Last Dance point, you said it made Michael Jordan look bad too. The gambling thing didn't make him look bad. Yeah. I know this kind of goes off topic, but it's interesting because if my wife, who's not really a sports person, watches that and sees how Michael Jordan treated his teammates, how hard he was, sports guys are like, yeah, That's
how you get to some.
That's how you get to
some
success.
people.
She sees that as like, what a terrible person.
Yeah.
Well, the greatest episode in The Last Dance was, I think, episode 7. At the end of it, he got emotional because it was teammates saying, "Yeah, was he a nice guy? No." And then it ended with Jordan saying,
You don't want to play
"If
with
you
me,
don't
so
want
be
to
it."
play that way, don't play that way,"
Yeah.
with an explicitive in there.
Yeah.
Right.
But and I get it. But there's nobody else that's had 2 3-peats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Another biggest lie in
Don't
sports.
steal my thunder. Please don't steal my
All right,
thunder.
go.
And we hadn't even got to
That's
ours.
what I was gonna do. Hey, listen.
Recent?
I've been missing. I'm coming in hot.
Is it recent?
No.
Okay, go for it.
All right. Steroid trials. How many people? Rafael Palmeira.
Look at, I've got him right here.
Sammy Sosa suddenly forgot how to speak English.
Yeah.
I mean, Paul, you're right.
Rafael Palmeira in front of
I
Congress.
didn't want to talk about
But why did he want to talk?
You didn't want to talk
Pointing
about
to Congress.
Yeah.
You write it down. I have never, ever taken steroids, failed a steroid test.
5
next
months
week.
later. Right there, 5 months later.
It was literally like the next month.
It was 5 months, so I got it right here.
Whatever. But I'm just saying, you know, and that's another topic that's probably for a later time. But at some point, do you think
I do.
Major League
We
Baseball is
talk
going to
about
come back and say we shouldn't have made as big a deal as we had about steroids?
So I had this conversation yesterday. It's funny you bring that up, and AJ could probably speak more to it than I can because I'm sure you were in the throes of the covering a lot of that stuff, and of course you played college baseball. But if it hadn't have been for McGuire and Sosa and Bonds, baseball is not what it is today.
No.
Period.
Yeah,
They saved
you're
baseball
right.
in '98. That chase saved baseball.
That's
After the
coming
strike-
right after the strike.
Strike in '94.
And that's what people tuned in for.
When you cancel the season in the middle of the season, that crushed their soul.
Yeah. Hockey still hasn't recovered from their
Hockey
strike.
really still hasn't.
No, I don't know that
it's-
hockey ever will.
Well, it's not going to be a huge sport. It's getting there.
It's more of a regional
But
sport.
because you can't go everywhere and play on ice.
Right.
Every kid growing up plays baseball.
But I'm 100% with you. I am a Cardinals fan.
Really?
But
Didn't see that.
I didn't see that coming in.
oh yeah, 100%. But
And El Central represented up in here.
you have to tune in every night to see. All right, did Sosa catch McGuire?
Yeah.
Did Sosa pass
Yeah.
McGuire?
It's the biggest-
Did McGuire pass Sosa?
It was the biggest story in sports.
It was great.
I mean, they were breaking into like just regular TV shows.
They were doing updates on Nickelodeon.
Yes.
I remember them cutting into Doug for a live at bat for McGuire.
Yeah.
Dead serious.
Yeah. I mean, this was big time stuff, and you guys, there's not been anything like that in sports since.
No,
There's not been.
No.
Not even close.
And going to Bonds, who has the most all-time home runs.
They're all good before all this.
But if Bonds didn't take steroids, we might be having the talk right now that he may be the greatest player of all time.
He still is the greatest
because
player
he was
of all
still going to hit 600.
Oh, he was going to. I think.
He was still going to have 20 Gold Gloves. He was still going to be a 30-30 player every year.
Right.
His batting average was through the roof. David Weathers to this day maintains he was the hardest out he'd ever hit.
Nobody can argue that. I mean,
Bonds is the best baseball player to ever live.
I mean,
period.
You get Walt with bases loaded. They put you on. Just take one run instead of 4.
When his hat size went from a 7 to a 7 5/8, you knew something was wrong.
Yeah, and then it went to actually an 8. It actually went even more.
It's crazy. And I was showing somebody yesterday the pictures of him pre-steroids, post-steroids, and today.
Yeah.
It's like, how did his head double in size and go back to normal? Yeah. Like it is now.
So it was almost like a cartoon character.
But he never tested positive.
Never.
He still maintains his innocence.
Well,
I don't know.
But regardless, that was probably the biggest lie in sports history, right? I think across the board, that's been in our lifetime.
Yeah.
The Black Sox, we weren't around for the Black Sox.
Yeah.
100 years ago.
You're right. But the steroid era, but it saved baseball. They knew it was happening. It wasn't illegal.
No.
Keep that in mind. Using steroids was not illegal.
Right. Guys had it out in their lockers.
Yeah. I mean,
And suddenly they're like, it's illegal. You can't do it. It's against the rules.
After they already pocketed the cash and got butts back in the
So how can you punish the guys who were doing it before it was against the rules?
And I heard you guys last week, and they're going to do McGuire, Bonds, maybe Sosa, I don't know. But McGuire and Bonds definitely, they're going to do them like Pete Rose. They'll get into the Hall of Fame.
When they're dead.
But it won't be till...
See, I'm not convinced on that. I'm not convinced. I don't know that McGuire or Sosa. I think maybe Bonds and Clemens. They might.
Get in.
And A-Rod maybe. But Pete Rose for sure. He gets in. That's
But
another
not while he's living.
The what? Not when he's living.
It'll be
That's
down the road.
sunset.
Yeah, that's done.
He messed that up.
And that's the greatest hitter of all time. He's got 1,000 more hits than the next closest to him.
Talk about records that never be broken.
Yeah.
No one's going to come close to that.
And he's not in the Hall of Fame.
The guy's a lunatic.
Well, he is. I mean, he didn't handle it.
So I was so
He had a
we're
chance-
talking about
he had
this
a chance
tonight
to get
because
in.
I had the same conversation yesterday. Because
you're a Reds fan too. Though.
I am,
Yeah.
and I've got the Pete Rose ball. I have to show you that someday too. Where they retired his number, Major League Baseball. That was part of the deal. That if he admitted they would let him back in, and they would have a road plan.
Then he made a mockery out of it.
He did, and that's what people don't understand. Is like, well, he did what they said. No, he started signing autographs. Sorry, I cheated on baseball.
All he had to do was fall on his sword. He did super.
Exactly.
Yes.
But in order for him to sign it that way, it was an extra fee at the autograph sessions for him to sign it that way. He was making money off of it.
Yeah,
Then he wrote a book. Come on, this guy's an idiot. He that wears a white Reds hat ought to be never allowed in the Hall of Fame.
All right, Dusty.
So first one for me.
And I almost said this one, and I see what he's got pulled up because it 100% is.
Please don't steal my thunder.
My top one.
That right there.
Yeah, my first one's Manti Te'o.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
And if you hadn't ever watched the documentary on Netflix,
I have.
Fantastic.
They also did an investigative thing on ESPN about it.
Yes, they did.
They're both similar, but they both bring out different.
Do you think he was a victim?
Yeah, I do. After watching the two documentaries,
I do, but he still lied.
He was naive. I mean, he was just a.
Well,
I can't say what I want to say.
It got brought out, and he didn't have no choice.
Well, no, he didn't have a choice then. And my second was Tiger Woods.
Dang you! Sorry.
Which
I was hoping I'd get through.
Okay.
That's the only one I had.
Well, it would be the first one. I guess we can look at it that way. After his ex-wife whoops him with a 5-iron.
8-iron.
8-iron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it right. Five iron is dead. 8-iron, he has a chance.
And then I went to the 2001.
He's only going to elaborate on it.
Well, I'll let you.
Okay. I appreciate it. Mighty
Hey,
cool.
we can go back and elaborate.
Yeah, 2001 Little League World Series.
Oh, yep.
That's a good one.
That's really good.
He was actually
really
2 years
good.
He was
older.
14.
He was 14.
He was 14.
And they had him as a 12-year-old.
I was
They
thinking
said he was.
15.
They said he was
The
throwing
research I'd done, they said he was actually 2 years older than the actual age.
Oh, and he was just mowing people down.
81 miles per hour.
Yeah, he
That's
actually
the
was
highest
clocked at
score.
81
Yeah.
on a Little League.
What about Ryan Weathers at 14 years old going against Lincoln?
Yeah.
Good
luck.
That's not fair.
And I got one more, and I'll stop right here. It's Lance Armstrong.
Oh, yeah.
Armstrong, yeah.
Yeah.
He finally come back and said, he finally come back and said, I didn't win any Tour de France without being.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he actually come back and said it. Yeah, he come out. He admitted to every Tour de France he won.
Well, he's already made the millions.
Well, yeah, he already had the money, so it was
Well,
over for him.
and there's a couple documentaries, not just how he lied, but like the intimidation campaign behind the scenes.
Yes.
Of everybody
Oh,
who even
he
came
talked to
out.
them
I mean, he
people like
was
they were dogs.
ruining businesses, ruining lives, bankrupting them, taking them through litigation in court, and that's another one of those, just like baseball during that period, a lot of people got busted.
Yep.
A lot of people got busted for it. He wasn't the only one, but he was probably the most staunchest.
He wasn't the
denier.
only one, but he was the highest profile.
Exactly.
The butlers here next door built his car, one of his, actually a couple of them for him. The motors in his, remember the show Overhauling?
Yeah.
They built he had a car on Overhauling that Chip Foose built for him, and David and Rodney built the motor for it, and they were on the show.
Okay.
So if you ever go back and watch some old YouTube videos of that, but that was before that was when he was dating Sheryl Crow, or married, or whatever they were.
I think they were married. I think
Were
They were married.
Yeah.
All right, Hayden, what you got?
All right, so y'all mentioned it earlier.
I shouldn't. I'm glad you stopped
19
me.
World Series.
Jeez, I gotta get an iPad.
Yeah. No, hey, they come in handy.
No, he's on with the Astros.
No. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
You said the 2019.
1919.
But wasn't 19 also the Astros?
Yeah, 2019 was the Astros.
100 years
He said
Yeah.
1919.
White Sox in Cincinnati. Yep. Shoeless Joe Jackson. So I mean,
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Tell
the story for those that don't know.
I know you're a young fella, but have you ever watched 8 Men Out?
No, I haven't.
Well, you
need to watch it. I
Very
need to
good
watch
movie.
that, but yeah, I had to do my homework on this one for sure. But you know, they got two like then they had two groups of like players. Like they had these were buddies and those were buddies. So I mean, one group was led by second baseman Eddie Collins, and then the second group was Chick Gallen, and he was the one that approached like gamblers that they were willing to throw the World Series. They had to get 7 people. Well, they had to get 7, but they originally had 6. Then it was who was it? I believe it was Lefty Williams. That was Joe Jackson's best friend. He was the reason that he's in that because he was the one that lied about him being in part of it. But they said he had no, reason whatsoever to be a part of it because he played a pretty good game or a pretty good series in the World Series.
I think he only got out 3 times.
I think so. Yeah, I mean
in the whole world. In the whole
Think
World
about
Series.
back then.
20 runs scored.
That was
11.
unheard of.
Yeah. Well, back then the World Series was a best of 9.
Yeah, best of 9.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cincinnati won in 8.
Just unreal.
Crazy. And so that's what the whole Field of Dreams was kind of. That kind of was a part of that because of like whatever. But
Of course, they had an owner too that would like not pay them at all. Like they were doing everything. Like he would make them like wash their own uniforms. That's how
so
bad it was.
professional baseball was a lot different back then. Obviously, a lot of things were, but
Hey, speaking of last show, I'm so glad that one of your biggest controversies was Eric Bischoff.
Dude, he's a nutcase.
Sorry, I'm not trying to.
We on the wrestling show, we talked 25 minutes on how.
Listen, if I ever meet that guy in public, they're gonna have to have DNA to figure out what happened to me.
So you're that wrestling fan in that meme? It's still real to me.
It is. I'm not even saying it's it is. Yes.
that's hilarious.
You screwed Sting. I mean, you messed over Sting.
Yeah.
So Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Let's get it. Go ahead.
So you think back on Tiger Woods and the whole situation that happened to him, and he gave off this because a lot of our generation grew up with Tiger Woods. We're around the same age. We watched him as an amateur. He signs this multi-gazillion-dollar deal with Nike, and it's like Nike's cool because of Jordan. Now it's in golf. Golf's cool. How many people at our age play golf because of Tiger Woods? Everybody. And so you got Tiger Woods. He's the greatest that ever lived. And then you think he's a good person. He's got this wife. He's got these kids. They're good family.
Yeah, I mean, we thought he was a family guy. I mean,
and lo and behold,
then the rumors start coming out.
Listen, I don't know how many of y'all got HBO Max, but if you've never watched
that.
the
It's great.
2-part Tiger, it's just called Tiger. But it's a documentary. Holy crap!
Yeah, what his dad put him through.
You feel bad for him because of his upbringing,
but do you? Because look what it made him.
But you also realize, geez, Tiger. I mean, have a little common sense.
That right?
Yeah, it was both ways.
So that goes down to a thing. It got so far that he thought he was invincible, could get away with it, and I'm not name dropping here, but I have a friend who's in a band who lived in Islesworth when this happened.
Well, name drop. Tell us who it is.
It's Scott Phillips, Creed's drummer, Alternate's drummer. He lived in Islesworth when this happened, and
you didn't really have to. I was just joking.
Well, you told me to. And most people, I think, know the connection that watch this. Anyway, but he was telling the story about all that when all that went down. Like, it's a pretty good sized gated community. None of them had a clue. Like, people who were close to him didn't have a clue. And then when he's chasing out of the house, he's chasing out of that golf club, and he wrecks the SUV because he's concussed.
Yeah, I mean, right there in the driveway.
I mean, that's it. That you talk about a very wealthy neighborhood, I sent him through then it's Tiger Woods.
But what's bad?
And the media's camping out outside.
Yeah. What's bad is that was. Flash forward, 4 years later when he gets pulled over and he's on all those painkillers.
But that's different
stuff, and he doesn't even know where he is.
So I think that's more excusable. I know it's bad. They were all prescription. I don't think he had overtaken. I think that was the term. He had not overtaken anything. I think Tiger Woods' character in general is a big lie.
Yeah.
It's not just one thing. But here's a man who had all this money, had all this stuff riding on him, and he stays hurt. He can't stay healthy. Well, you go back and look at his golf swing, and you analyze that. If you know anything about golf swings, no wonder he couldn't stay healthy. I mean, he was putting immense shear on his back. I know that feeling. I never hit the ball like Tiger Woods, but I know the feeling of shear on the back. You take when you get in that much pain like I was in last week, and you have to go play golf, you're going to do things. You're going to take stuff that's going to make you be able to play. That's his livelihood.
Well,
and I don't fault this man. I think it's a bad thing.
I'm just saying, if you've ever saw that actual police recording of him,
that's bad.
It was terrible.
He should have been bad place.
No, he should not have been driving. 100%.
I'm not saying it was worse. The worst thing he did with the whole infidelity and his wife about killing him with an 8-iron in Brecken was the way they tried to play it off. That whole press conference. I've let people just come out and say, "Hey, I screwed up."
Well, I think it was bad. Like, okay, there was one. There might have been two. Okay, there was 7 or 8. No, there was like 40. Like in a month time, it's like that happened before Thanksgiving. By Christmas, there was like accuser or victim number 40 comes out. It wasn't victim, but mistress number 40 comes out. Or whatever it was. It's like holy smokes, man.
And on that HBO documentary, it pretty much verifies that they were all legit.
It's legit.
They were real.
And then he goes to live with Brett Favre to go to that sex rehab thing. You think Brett Favre's the guy you want to be living with?
Yeah.
I mean, did y'all know that? Did y'all know he went and lived with Brett Favre?
Yes,
I didn't know if that was anyway. But he went down to Hattiesburg and lived with Brett Favre and went to this rehab.
Well, in the documentary, you're talking about the
other lies.
That's a whole but anyway, the woman that actually went overseas and was staying in the hotel, underneath him as he's in a golf tournament. That was the one that thought that she was going to get to marry Tiger Woods.
Oh, I thought they were going to get married. That's right.
Yeah, she thought they were going to get married.
What about the one he literally has been with for the last 4 or 5 years?
He kicked her out of the house.
He said, "Hey, Tiger, I want you to fly here," and as soon as
to meet him on vacation,
they changed all the locks. Wouldn't let her get back in.
Yeah, he just.
Do you not know about that?
I forgot about that.
All that shows me is Tiger does not know how to handle women.
I give him props. If you get to the point where you're like, I want her out, that's how you do it. That's how a rich man gets her out.
That's when you know you got a lot of money.
Yeah, that's right. That's when you know you're
how
rich.
your people handle it.
Yep.
Yeah. When we're flying you out of the country, and we're changing the locks, changing the security codes.
She didn't even get out of the country. She didn't get to the airport.
And it was done.
And realized, oh, wait a minute.
And then she's wanting to sue.
Yes, because he had supposedly promised her that she would live there. Why would she want to live there? I mean, I guess it's big enough, but you know what I'm saying? I mean,
yes.
Why would you? If Kristen kicks me out and says I don't want nothing else to do with you, I'm sure as crap not going to live under the same roof. It's going to be weird.
And that happens just right here in Lawrenceburg.
I know.
Not just Tiger Woods.
But they weren't even married.
No, she was just a girlfriend. She might have been the nanny. I don't know. She
ran his restaurant.
That's right. Yeah,
big difference in Lawrenceburg money and $3 billion.
Come on. I mean, this guy is the most wealthy athlete ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. It's just he's got fly you out of the country money.
Yeah. When you can do that, you're swinging a big stick.
He's swinging a lot of money. Talking driver or money or.
Listen, you had a controversial week last week. Let's don't get into that.
Let's not get the weeds here, Dustin.
I went more general coach speak lies, in my opinion. So the first one is you are what your record says you are. So my good buddy, and what inspired this was my good buddy Josh Pate runs one of the most popular college football podcasts out there. Known him since my days working in Georgia. So he came out with his first, he talks about on his podcast all the time, you are what your record says you are. And the example he brings up is a 12-0, say, team from the ACC or the Big 12 or the Pac-12 is probably not as good as, say, a 10-2 team from the SEC.
Absolutely.
So records are very deceiving. I think we all can agree on that. Even at the pro game. I mean, look at what the Miami Heat did this year. Look at what the Florida Panthers did. The record was not exactly what they said they were. And in college football, which we're about, we might not find out this year. Well, we might find out this year. Next year, I guess it won't matter. You could be a 10-2 team and still make the playoffs.
Right, but you're going to find out that records don't mean everything.
Yeah,
whenever they start going against
like an 11-1 Pac-12 team and a 9-3 SEC team.
Not the same.
Yeah,
no,
completely different.
Completely different. So, another one of mine is super teams win championships. Is everyone now just trying to create a super team in every sport?
Well, nobody learned from the Yankees, did they?
No, they didn't. That's the first thing that popped in my head was all the money Steinbrenner spent.
I mean, look at the Padres this year, too. I mean, look at the money they spent. You can't put that many personalities in a room and expect it to work.
Honestly, in the last 10 years, the only super team that I can remember winning the championship was Warriors with Grant, Curry, that bunch.
Yeah,
and of course, in the NBA, it's going to be changing because the new, like we were talking about earlier, the collective bargaining agreement.
And the LeBron Wade.
Well, but they didn't do the 7, 8, 9, whatever it was that they're doing.
Not 5. Not 6.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Not 7. Hey, they won 2, though.
But he got cramped.
He's still wasn't the best player on the team.
Yeah,
Speaking of super team,
another one is home field advantage in the playoffs. I think it's the most overrated thing.
Which playoffs?
Any playoffs.
I don't.
Any playoffs, because the first example I thought of. Remember the Nationals-Astros World Series where nobody won a home game.
That's right. They didn't win a home game.
In 2016, when the Cubs won it, they lost 2 out of 3 at Wrigley and won 3 out of 4 in Cleveland.
They did.
Well, I think the pressure is bigger at home, obviously, but I think hockey. I think the home matters more because you're not necessarily looking the people in the eyes. Because it's, I guess some, but it's not the loud. I think it matters.
Like I like basketball. I think basketball matters.
I think it's not a series, but NFL playoffs, I think home field advantage means a ton. But it's not a series; it's just one game.
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying.
I read a stat the other day in the 2010s. More series were won by road teams won by the team in the building than any other decade in previous
Jordan's on record saying, I would much rather be the team that plays 3 in a row home games. Because it used to be 2, 3, 2.
Well, think about
he said,
Jordan.
I would much rather be the team that plays 3 in a row at home because all you got to do is win one.
Yeah. Well, think about Jordan. First title, won it in L.A. Didn't they win one in Portland too?
One in Portland.
Yep. They won one in Portland. They won one in Utah.
Yep.
I think the other ones might have been one in Chicago. I know the Sonics.
They won in Phoenix.
They won in Phoenix. When he beat Barkley.
They beat Barkley.
Because you can't, even though they're professional athletes, you can't put them all. You can't group them all together at home.
Right.
They go their way, and what they do at home, and what they're And we've just always been talking about these guys' lifestyles, and their lifestyles are kind of crazy.
Also, environment too, because if you think about it, like whenever we went to Idaho for the national championship, the air there is just totally different. The team we were playing, they're from Arizona, so they're kind of used to it, but we were like going up and down the court, and I could tell our guys were gassed. And so I think when it came to teams playing at Denver in the finals this year,
I think Jimmy and them had to get oxygen. Well, even the
I think there is
Barkley and them was out
places that makes a difference. But
like in that aspect,
these are professional athletes. They play there.
Like I feel like home field advantage in college football and college basketball means way more than what it does at the pro sport level.
I think you're right about that.
And the fan base is like you're saying. I mean, you could go play
because it's still even though they're on campus, it's still controlled.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas at the pro level, it's not. And unless you're on the road, then you're all like together.
Yeah.
And a lot of football teams, even though they're at home the night before, they stay in a hotel somewhere.
Unless you're Tennessee Titans and their home games are like road games for them because the fans most of the time when you go.
Well, that's
there.
not the. Yeah.
I'm just.
That's the way Nashville. Nashville's always been a destination city. No matter what pro team's there, it's going to be that way, though.
Yeah.
Another one, and Josh brought this up, and it's funny. I've heard this countless amount of times from fans, from pundits. Well, I can coach a team full of 5 stars. I think Jimbo Fisher's kind of proven that you can't.
Nope.
I mean,
Jimbo Fisher is. Yeah.
I'm not one of those stars don't matter guys because I think Georgia and Alabama, Tennessee hasn't become what Tennessee is now without good players.
No.
You need good players to win. You need those 4 stars, 5 stars to win. But like
You've got to put them in position to win.
Jimbo Fisher had one of the greatest recruiting classes ever when he left last year and didn't make a bowl game. When he left Florida State, he had one of their greatest recruiting classes ever, and they couldn't even beat Tulsa in the Independence Bowl.
I mean, that goes back to the super team thing.
Yeah.
I mean, because
at some point, it's got
personality.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Jimbo's not. I don't think he's the right coach to take care of those personalities.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I mean, he proved that at Florida State.
Right.
I mean, I thought that was crazy that they gave him that kind of money.
Yeah, I thought it was stupid.
I mean, But I had a friend that said it was either about the Jimmys and Joes or X's and O's.
Yeah.
Well, what would you rather have? You rather have the Jimmys and Joes or the guy that can teach the X's and O's?
You got Jimmy's and Joe's makes the X's and O's better.
Makes it a heck of a lot easier, don't it?
Get those players, yeah.
He may zig instead of zag, but guess what? He's still going to get there before the next guy.
Exactly.
So, give me the Jimmys and Joes.
Yeah.
Quick one before I go to my last one. Biggest lie is that the men's national soccer team's going to compete on an international level.
I just soccer. I love the fact. Everything.
We tied Jamaica. They should only beat us in sprinting and bobsled. And we tied
The thing
Jamaica.
is, I know nothing about the
I know nothing about soccer.
I'm just saying, I've got to hear. I mean, there's so.
Do you have a friend that's a big soccer fan?
Like, I don't know what is up with today's sports media. They're all like soccer fans. I'm like,
I know they are.
No one cares. Like the U.S. national, we beat Mexico 3-0. Then we tied Jamaica.
Because
Usain Bolt wasn't on the field.
Because sports media, no offense, but sports media
it drives me crazy.
By and large, very dorky.
Yes.
And they most likely never play the sports besides soccer because if any of the other if y'all played soccer, I'm sorry. And I know there's soccer people that's probably watching, and I apologize. My son's one of them. But most likely the reason they like soccer, and I've thought about this, because it's true, it's very true, is because if any of the other athletes who at the time were playing baseball, when soccer was going on most likely, had tried out, they had no shot to make the team. But nobody wanted to play soccer because it wasn't popular for many, many years. Right. Now it's probably different. Now it's different. But back when we were younger, it wasn't. No. The people who played soccer, again, I apologize, it wasn't. They weren't going to be making the football team.
No.
Or the basketball team.
Did you have a soccer team on last week?
No, they were supposed to come.
That's why
Which is probably why we have the most epic show ever.
That's why I said today is different because soccer's much more popular than it was when we were growing up. Much more. So it's totally different today.
But we're still not beating Germany. We're not beating England. We're not beating France and Brazil.
Well, we can
that's the only connection to sports they can point to.
Yeah.
Because those journalists, it's like, I played high school soccer.
Yeah.
Well,
okay, well, that's your only connection. That's why they like
You'll
it.
see on their Instagram and their Twitter feed, oh, look at Everton, look at Man U. It's like, shut up, report on what I care about. I don't follow you for your international
Prime
soccer.
example, Wes Rucker. Tennessee people from Tennessee fans. Wes Rucker, prime example.
Yeah.
Talks about soccer. It's not even, he don't even tell you what he's talking. Like, he just starts, fires off a tweet, and you're like, who's he talking? Is he talking about tennis?
Yeah.
No, it's soccer.
Yeah.
Who cares? Who cares? Nobody besides you's watching.
Yeah.
So my biggest one is, and now 10 years ago I would have disagreed with this, but I think in most sports now it's certainly changing, and especially with how people are hiring people, how they're hiring coaches, how they're hiring analytics and all this. I think the days are gone where defense wins championships. I think everyone is tilting towards the offense. I mean, look what Nick Saban did with Alabama. Look at what the turnaround Tennessee has had.
Yeah, I mean, look at the NFL.
Look at the NFL. Look at what the Chiefs have done. Look at the NBA.
I mean, the Chiefs are winning titles with no defense.
I mean, I think we're shifting to now often. You still need defense. I'm not taking away from that, but I think we're shifting to where
if you don't have guys
offense,
that can score the ball or score touchdowns.
Defense isn't what we thought it used to be. I think offense is more of a pre.
What puts butts in seat? At the end of the day, it's about money, right? Sports, it's about money.
Yeah.
To the people making the decisions. Yeah. What puts butts in seats?
Offense.
That offense.
Yeah. Point.
You know, they don't want to go to a football game and it be 14-17. They want 37-42.
So this is interesting. This is interesting off of that.
Yeah.
If you go watch a golf tournament, for those who like watching golf tournaments, a lot of people don't. I fully understand. Would you rather see them shoot 22 under like they did last week, or 8 under like they did at the U.S. Open?
I'd rather see them shoot 4 over just to see them.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's what I like.
Isn't that funny how that works though?
Yeah, golf is just when you.
I want to either see it real scoreable or just
for a major.
You know, and that goes back to kind of like Tiger. I mean, how many tournaments have we watched to see how much you would just blow it away?
Would you watch it more every week if they were always over par versus making birdies like crazy?
I want to say I would.
I don't think I would watch.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is it because that we can actually go out and play that sport, whereas there's no way in heck I can run up and down a basketball court right now?
Yeah. No, I get it.
I mean, do you think that has anything? I'm asking.
Because you can still run down a basketball.
It makes us feel better about ourselves.
Yeah, it does. Well, and then obviously the majors are the biggest things, like the Travelers Championship or the event I covered 1 million times, the Greenbrier Classic. It's a beautiful course, but and also all the big names are always going to be at the majors. They're not always going to be at every PGA Tour event because they can choose which one they go.
That's exactly right. Yeah. She's trying to get some money.
We're coming up next here. Not that we haven't already gone on a few rants on the show already. It's our final segment of the show.
We got plenty.
Dusty's ready to go. Hopefully no Djokovic or whatever. No Joker talk is coming up or anything like that. Joker? Next year on xSports.
I'm not talking about Joker tonight.
Whether it's popcorn, biscuits, or automotive, you need the right ingredients to achieve the best results. Heritage Automotive is proud to serve our community with a continually growing inventory. We also help our community grow by contributing to a vibrant economy, which helps build schools. I'm Keith Durham, and I'm the General Manager here at Heritage Automotive, and it's my job to make sure that you're 100% satisfied. Heritage Automotive, your hometown Chevy and GMC dealer.
Flooring sets the tone throughout your home.
For flooring that makes the right first impression, start by choosing us, Floored by Justin.
A one-stop flooring destination. Our new location stands alone for unequaled customer service and selection. Owner Justin Story's mastery of custom hardwood inlays means every room can have a custom look. Discover how the right choice of hardwood, laminate, carpet, or tile can set the tone in your home. Contact Floored by Justin today.
For the best at-home care in Lawrence County, the Summit at Home is the right company for you. We have a friendly staff over 25 that is trained, educated, and qualified to help with all your needs within your household. Our non-medical services include transportation, housework, dressing, and companionship. We are also covered by most long-term care providers. For more information, please call 931-762-2310.
Hey, this is Phil Hooper. Get the look you want for your favorite school, church, or business with apparel from HD Ink Screen Printing in Leoma, Tennessee. Got a logo you need embroidered or screen printed? Let HD Ink give you the professional look that sets the bar in today's world. We do fundraisers and custom designed apparel and so much more. Call today, 931-201-2961, or come see us at our new shop located at 26 Ingram Road in Leoma. Remember, HD Ink for the look you want and the look you deserve.
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy solution to banking, offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie. And we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including low to zero fees and incredible rates. We have the technology you need with the personal service you deserve, right here in your own neighborhood. Employee Resources Credit Union, not for profit, for service.
Are you looking for a non-factory job environment? Livingstone Freight Solutions is a 3PL company that began managing warehouses in Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi. With our multiple shifts and experienced management team, our goal is to give you, as an employee, a safe family work environment and competitive wages. We offer a wide variety of employment opportunities from forklift drivers to management level positions. We also strive to offer a competitive benefit package and PTO options. For more information or to apply, visit us at livingstonefs.com or give us a call at 931-269-3255.
Got a dent, a ding, a scratch, or a bent fender? Major or minor, Car Country Collision Center in Leoma can fix you up. Car Country works with all insurance carriers, gives free estimates, can work on foreign and domestic vehicles, and has experience you can trust. They've been in business since 1990. Unfortunately, accidents happen, but you can get your car back on the road with as little hassle as possible with the help of Car Country. Call 931-852-4708 or stop by at 2567 Highway 43 South in Leoma.
What really matters during the ball game, so the call didn't go your way. Now what are you going to do? How are you going to respond? Right after Paul said, rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice in Philippians 4 and verse 4, he said in verse 5, let your reasonableness be known to everyone. Other translations say gentleness. Other translations say big-heartedness. The idea is do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. Respond in a way you would want others to respond to you. And that message brought to you by your friends at the Leoma Church of Christ.
Hey everyone, this is Landon Saunders.
And this is Nate Patterson with Cloud9 Fiber.
We're excited to finally be able to offer Lawrenceburg our blazing fast, reliable, and affordable fiber internet services.
If you're looking for a more reliable and more affordable provider, we at Cloud9 Fiber have you covered.
Plans start at $50 a month, and we can offer up to a gigabit to your home or business.
We are excited to be able to offer your first month of service entirely free. We encourage you to sign up on cloud9fiber.com or by calling 931-201-9098 so we can help you make the switch.
This is the xSports Network.
Welcome back to xSports Live, brought to you by Hinie's Barbecue. I don't know.
That's Dusty. That's
because when he brought us back the first time, it's like, hey, you're on.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Sam is now gone from hey to. So
he did this. If he pointed at me, I'd be like, I'm looking at you're the guy bringing him back. Now he goes,
yeah.
All right, so it's rant time. Who wants to start us off?
I want to go first.
You want to go first?
My first little topic is going to be about these morons in the NFL who are getting suspended for gambling on their phones.
But
okay, and the guy today for the Tennessee Titans comes out and says, "I didn't know I was breaking a rule." Come on, so. He wasn't even betting on the NFL. Okay, you can bet all you want to on your phone in the NFL as long as you're not betting on the NFL and you're not doing that at the facility. Right. Why can't you put a DraftKings bet in at home? What's the big deal?
Why can't you put one in at the freaking practice facility on baseball? Who gives a crap?
I understand that, but when it's a rule, you should.
It's a stupid rule.
It is a stupid rule, but when you get
It may say no smoking out here, Cam, but we still got to follow by it. Okay?
Do you smoke?
I like what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
But you
I
smoke!
like hey, listen.
He don't. He's coming out. All right, and my last one, and I hadn't got on him in a minute, but I'm going there.
You joking?
No, I'm not going Joker. I'm going. I'm going LeBron.
Oh.
Guys, listen. His son has not played 1 second at USC yet, and they're done tweeting pictures of him going number 17 to the Hawks after next year with Trae Young, LeBron, and Bronny all in a picture. This kid.
Who's doing that? Who's tweeting it?
Just all these different. These people put it together.
Doing it?
Well, I'm sure he's behind it.
But he's not the one doing it, though.
I haven't seen it directly. I know he did share one.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
People putting out their mock drafts.
Yeah, they're mock drafts, and they're mocking the Bronny going 17 to the Hawks. So it
But he's not
automatically.
even one of the highest rated. He wasn't even one of the highest rated recruits.
That's what I'm saying.
A freshman at USC.
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't even the highest. One of the highest.
Thank you.
No.
But the whole thing is, let his son just play basketball and take your time off from the Lakers. Do whatever you're going to do with your Taco Bell commercials or whatever else you're doing. But no, he's not in the spotlight, and he's got to figure out a way to get back in the spotlight. It is unbelievable. This guy, he's ridiculous.
Well, they're all narcissists.
But he's the worst. I don't care.
Speaking of the worst, I know you're not a big fan of the Joker, but you know what I hate about LeBron is the fact that the day after they got eliminated, it wasn't congratulations to the Nuggets. They just swept the Lakers. It was LeBron coming out and saying, yeah, I played that whole series with torn
something in his foot or ankle or something.
Or whatever, and I was like, no, you didn't. Bro.
No, you didn't. If you had that torn, you wouldn't have been running down the court.
What the guy in the hockey? Did y'all watch that? Where they always come out with the injuries, and what was the guy for Florida?
Achilles.
That's what he says.
Yeah.
Like,
He had a broken.
there's no way.
What was the greatest of all time? Jordan had a torn Achilles, and he missed. He missed all the time.
Kobe missed.
Yeah, and so did Kobe.
But the guy played in the NHL Stanley Cup final with a broken collarbone. And that is after the game. It was like, well, here's what injuries we all had. Oh, Brady, is it Kachuk?
Yeah, Matthew Kachuk.
Matthew Kachuk played with Brady's his brother. Played with a broken collarbone. Now that's legit stuff. It ain't some made up thing in your foot.
But that's my thing. I'm so sick of hearing about LeBron. As soon as basketball's over, we still got to hear about him. We don't care.
Well, he is the biggest name. Like it or not, he is. Him and Steph Curry. I mean, Steph Curry's playing the match right now.
He's the greatest player that ever played as far as longevity. That's the only credit I'm going to give him.
That's it. That's all I'll give him. I'll never give him the credit that he passed Kareem or all these assists and all this crap. Not ever.
He's a freak of nature, the way he's built.
That's true.
And the thing is,
But he may be a freak of nature, but he's soft.
if it hadn't have been for social media, if it hadn't have been for all the coverage he got with the announcement going to Miami, if he'd stayed in Cleveland the whole time, if he hadn't have had social media, hadn't got all this political stuff, people would love him. He'd be Michael Jordan.
Well, listen, I'm not gonna lie. 2016, I'll give him props for that.
Yep.
When he went back to Cleveland,
Yeah.
He beat Durant, Steph, Clay.
they were down.
Draymond.
Were they down 3-1?
They were down 3-1.
3-1, yeah.
And he took over. I will give him
For Cleveland, in Cleveland.
Yes.
I'll give him 100% credit.
If he had stayed there, I think people would have a different opinion of him.
Well, he'd be a guy. I mean, he'd be like Jordan.
Yeah, he would be.
I mean, he would.
No, you're right. You're right.
Even after going to Miami.
I'm going to make my team better. I'm not going to go.
Because
this is my team. This is where I grew up.
And I'll say the whole going to Miami thing was kind of like his college.
Yeah.
I agree.
If you want to look at it that way, he come in the league, he done his little time at Cleveland, and then he gets to go away for a little bit.
Right. I think that's fair. And I the way he did it was wrong.
Yes.
Of course, I wasn't a Cleveland fan. I'm not even.
And don't get me wrong.
They didn't set well a lot of
Chicago's a whole lot funner town than Cleveland.
Well, sure. Cleveland's the armpit of the country.
I'm not saying you want to stay
It is.
there.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
where you got drafted. But that's where he's from.
That's where he's from.
Yeah.
I mean, if you grew up, if you lived in Tennessee, and you're an NBA fan, I'm assuming you're Memphis fans. I don't know. Do you like Memphis? Do you know? Okay. Well, let's just say you grew up a Memphis fan, like he did a Cleveland. I guess a Cleveland or whatever. I don't know if he was or not, but. And you got drafted by Memphis. That was your hometown, and you got drafted by them. Think about what kind of person you would be to leave.
That's where I'd want to make my legacy.
Yes.
If I was that good. If I
Yes.
was that good.
Right.
I'm gonna get to hang out with Justin Timberlake, man. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Jessica Biel, man. How would you wouldn't leave Miami?
Good rant.
Yeah.
All right, there's my best.
I'm Miami, Memphis. Sorry.
You want
I don't have a rant. So nah, I'm just giving shout outs when I go.
Oh.
You.
Oh, it's not me this time.
It's a shirt.
Shut up, Dusty. Nah, that's the first thing you've said that I've disagreed with you on.
Bryce Harper puts the Phillies over the Cubs.
Yeah.
It's on an alert, sorry. I don't get alerts.
No, I'm trying.
This guy trying to tell me that Acuna's unlockable like Bryce Harper.
It just goes ding, 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 and then it's on my phone, it's on my watch, it's everywhere.
So my rant is, I guess, not really a rant, but for people to be careful this upcoming week with the fireworks, because I've seen accidents happen. Like my mom was literally, I'm just going to go ahead and tell the story because I know she'd probably be happy for telling me. She about got her foot blown off by a firework. It shot out on the side of it.
Oh.
Yeah, so my rant is just, be safe with fireworks and also keep it before 12 o'clock because I'm trying to go to sleep in a few hours.
Amen. That's spoken like a true.
Hey,
Yes.
Yes.
I'll have a picture that I'll share on Facebook. I got a brother that's 5 years younger than me, and he's got a lot more common sense than I've got.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think everybody agrees.
But he was in Marshall County, Lewisburg area with his wife's family shooting fireworks, and one didn't go off. So he went over there just to empty it out, and it went off and went right in his eye. Ooh. And he still can't see out of that eye.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And I've got a picture that shows his whole face.
I remember that.
Burnt and swelled up. So if it doesn't go off, at least kick it over before you walk up to it.
It's like Justin Tuck lost part of his hand,
Yeah.
NFL player for the Giants.
Hey, I heard today in Murray County, which that's where I work in Columbia, a couple of our technicians went to go buy fireworks, and they were going to buy some of the mortars. They made it a law. It's against the law to sell bottle rockets and the mortars
In Murray County?
Really? In the city limits of Columbia, it's against the law. You can't shoot them.
Yeah.
So if you got a fireworks show or going on at your house, and they catch you dropping the little balls down in the mortars, they will write you a ticket.
The aerials, they don't want no aerials?
Let me tell you.
It's just the mortars.
Just the mortars, because what happened was
put in the wrong tube.
Well, no one fell over last year and went off, and it actually went in a cop car.
Yeah.
So,
Well, let me tell you.
there's a difference. Go
ahead.
You have more experience in fireworks than I do, for sure. You used to sell them. But there's some, they're called Excalibur, and they are awesome.
Yeah, they won't
They're
go
awesome.
that.
But they will not fit in the TNT tubes. If you put them in the TNT tubes, you're going to get blown up.
You 100% are.
I've been there and done that. You've got to use the right tubes.
Right.
Make your own PVC.
Ding.
But
And put that joker in the ground.
But let me tell you all a great story about my old man. When we were kids, I've got a big family,
Yeah.
between the Braziers and the Snyders and all that stuff. We'd have a big family get together 4th of July. And I don't know how many of the parents knew about it, but my dad definitely knew about it. I think you were probably in on a couple of them. Bottle rocket and Roman candle wars we'd have together.
Put them in the end of a BB gun.
Absolutely.
And if I live to be 100, I'll never forget my dad coming out
trash can lid and shoot him at
the
it.
back door and saying, "Hey, just don't shoot nobody in the face." Say, "Okay, Dad." Like you could. It's okay, Dad.
Yeah. We that good at aim with
Just
these
don't
things.
shoot nobody in the face.
Hey,
I promise you were trying not to make it.
I can see Barry Brazier walking out the back door.
On his rant, be smarter than that.
Yes, be smart.
At least wear face masks.
Yeah.
Yeah, something.
We used to. My dad. We used to do it. And my mom would throw a fit. My dad, didn't care because it was. He grew up when that was going on, I guess, and so he went down to the fire department and got some of the old fire helmets they had and said, "All right, y'all got boys, you got to have the shield. Right. We got their fire helmets on. You
might get burned up, but it ain't gonna be in the face.
It ain't gonna be in the face. Well, he wasn't catching no strays in the face.
Yeah.
Hey, let me go.
Yeah.
3 things. I do not have a rant. I want to give 3 shout-outs. And since we're live, we don't have any paid advertisement for 2 of these, so y'all can just get over it. and I do it because I got to pay them back because of all the help they've gave me. My really good friend, my little brothers, and my big brother Tanner and Tucker Bryant, they've opened up a Bryant Park Golf and Country Club. Now, this is out in Piney, Tennessee. It's a par 3 course, and you can play it at night. You can play night golf. You can play it during the day. You can do whatever you want, but I promise you it's fun. You go out there, all you need is maybe 3 clubs. You might need a pitching wedge through an 8-iron, and it is so fun. Look up on Facebook, Bryant Park and Country Club. Bryant Park Golf and Country Club on Facebook.
Go look them up, Ben Luna.
Sorry, Ben, if you don't like it, you can get over it. I think I'm still getting sympathy votes right now. Second, I want to give a huge shout out to Ben Luna and to all you guys for the GoFundMe page for all my family. Cam, I saw where you donated, and it means so much. And, you know, I think I tried to give everybody props last week, but and I'm not going to try to name people individually because I'll miss somebody, but you guys are awesome, and I appreciate it so much. Last, I want to give a big shout out to Michael Atkins. And I don't know that he's got the final say over it or if he actually made the decisions, but right now Summertown High School has made 3 of the best hires that I can remember them making in a long time. We've kind of been hurting in administration. I don't care to say it because then people are gone. But we've got Brian Porter as the principal, and that is a great hire. We've got Greg Burleson as assistant principal, and that is a great hire. Greg used to be an assistant principal and did a great job and probably should have stayed in there. We've got Kim Bright coming back to Summertown, who is a Summertown local, who is a great assistant principal. And I know I've only got a kid that's going to be a senior and 1 year left in it, but I'm very excited about my youngest daughter's senior year with what we've got. So I have no rants. I'm just giving thanks, and I'm trying to give shout-outs to people. So great job, Michael Atkins, and whoever made those decisions.
Brian Porter's a good one.
Yes.
I mean, I know him very well. Of course, he goes on the trip with us, their golf trip every year. And I've known Brian from sports, but I think that what's funny is the week before they announced that, we spent all week with him in Missouri, and he never brought it up. Not one time that was even a possibility. Now, he may have in the other vehicle, but I was in the fun vehicle, so.
What are you trying to say?
Well, I mean, if you're in a vehicle with Brian Porter or a vehicle with Cam Ashford, which one do you think is going to be fun?
I ain't going to go there.
Anyway, it was good stuff. I don't have a rant. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good
And again, I'm not trying to run anybody down, but it's
he's a good hire though.
Yes.
No, it was 3 good hires, and Brian was the start of it, and it was a great job by Summertown High School, and I'm saying that as a guy that has only got 1 kid left for 1 more year. You know, it's great for the future.
So what he's trying to say is, AJ, Ben, and Kevin, you better be finding somebody else to cover Summertown sports after next year.
Well, that or come correct on that topic.
Kevin, instead of next year, he's got to take a 2-week vacation instead of
3 week, 6 week. He won't get to leave the country.
He won't get to leave the country anymore. That's right.
So my rant is college football related. We've already kind of touched on it earlier tonight. You know, I've heard this saying a lot, and it's biblical. Every religion talks about it. What you do in the dark comes out in the light. And right now, Kirby Smart is finding out the hard way. Now, I've worked in Macon, Georgia for 2 years, covered the Georgia football program, was in several press conferences, around the guy a little bit, didn't get to know him, didn't try to get to know him. And I've watched kind of how he's handled his program up close and personal. And now a lot of this is coming to light, and it's not looking good. It's going to continue to come out to light, and there's going to be a reckoning for this guy. And the biggest thing was we had a reporter who had special needs. Now, he was a good reporter. If you read his stuff, wouldn't know. The only difference was when he asked questions, he was just a little bit slower than everybody else, which his questions were really good. They were to the point. He just said them a little slower than everyone else. Watching Kirby Smart eye roll at that kid every time still to this day makes my blood boil. And that showed me the type of person he is, and the fact that the latest article out of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, which I encourage anyone to go out and read, where he had 2 guys who sexually assaulted women on the campus, still signed them. We have everything coming out about drunken driving, speeding through Athens. We have all this stuff coming out about firearms.
We had the people get killed.
Yeah, 2 people. Yeah, 2 people get killed. This guy might think he has all the answers. I think if he's not already found out, he's certainly finding out now that he doesn't. And what you do in the dark, Kirby, is coming out to light. And you can hide it for as long as you want to. You can petition your own government in Georgia like you did to get that passed. This new law that the governor signed in, that University of Georgia used to have 3 days to respond to a records request, public records request. But Kirby Smart, instead of taking care of his own team and making sure they're not killing people and firearms and sexually assaulting women on campus, decided he's going to go into the legislature and tell them, I need 90 days to cover up my lies. Well, guess what, Kirby? It's coming out. You might be able to delay it from 3 to 90 days. What you eventually do in the dark will come into light, and it's never going to be pretty. Not saying that any athletic department is perfect. I think we're all well aware that they're not, and there's a lot of skeletons in a lot of closets, but when you operate like you do, Kirby, those skeletons don't fall out one at a time. As Pac-Man Jones says, they make it rain. I just came out with that on top of my head.
That's pretty good. Damn good.
Yeah. So that's my rant. Never been a fan of the guy after covering him for a couple of years.
I'm not a Kirby Smart guy.
Yeah, there's a lot of sketchy stuff going down. Like I said, there's not a single perfect program that does everything by the book, because it's impossible to watch all of that, but
you can hate that. Like, people in this area, I feel like, hate Alabama with good reason, but they don't hate Nick Saban.
Right.
People say, I respect Nick Saban. Nick Saban's a great coach. Yeah. He says some stupid crap. He's all about Nick Saban.
He's the greatest coach.
He's the greatest coach of all time.
Yeah.
And
Kirby's smart,
me to say that,
but you never hear anybody. Right.
Yeah.
But you never hear anybody praise Kirby Smart.
Right.
And say he's a snake. It's just like with Hugh Freeze whenever he was.
Kirby's no different than Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
the thing is, nothing's going to happen. It ain't going to happen.
It'll get swept under a rug.
Well, I mean,
if he loses his job here,
law and he's won two back-to-back.
Exactly right.
Yeah, that's why nothing's going to happen.
Exactly.
Hey, you're right.
If he's 5-7.
Oh yeah, if he's 5-7, he gets fired. He get blackballed from coaching.
But if he does, say something does happen to his job. This is going to get bigger.
Yeah.
You're right.
Oh yeah, it's not stopping.
I don't think
it's going to get worse for him. I bet.
If he does leave, he'll end up with another job. Look at James Franklin. What happened at Vanderbilt?
Yeah, he went straight to Penn State.
And what happened at Penn State right before that?
Exactly. Yeah.
And they still hired him.
Well, I mean, Urban Meyer. I mean, he goes to Ohio State, and then he
wins though.
He does win.
There's a lot of similarities because I've worked and lived in State College for a year. There's a lot of similarities between Athens and State College, because everyone told me about the Sandusky thing. It was the worst kept secret out there. But State College is 2.5 hours from Philadelphia and Pittsburgh each, so that media is not going to come. Harrisburg media is too busy worrying about the political stuff because the capital's in Harrisburg.
Right.
So it was the worst kept secret. People knew about it, but in that small town in the smack dab in the middle of the state, it was never going to get reported, especially when you had Joe Paterno winning national championships and the savior upon saviors, the saint that he was known as. I think our opinion about him has been changed, but Athens is very similar. If anyone's ever been to Athens, there's no easy way to get there.
No.
I mean, it took me 2.5 hours from Macon, and it was only a 68-mile drive.
The only thing worse than Athens, Georgia, is Starkville, Mississippi.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's one thing there.
Yeah.
I've been to both of them, and they're terrible places to go.
If you are going to Starkville or Athens, you're not passing through. That's where you're going.
You've got to get there.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. You're not passing through.
Plan stops on your route.
Yeah.
No,
because there's nothing.
Unless you're going to Columbus to go play golf at Montserrat and get lost, and you end up in Starkville. That did happen.
True story.
True story.
True story.
I was not in that vehicle.
Hey, and another real quick thing I told Cam off air. Listen, anybody that's in the physical shape that I am, as hot as it was today, it's supposed to be hotter the next 4 days. If you're thinking about playing golf, don't do it. Because if I had to play 2 more holes, I'd either be dead or in the hospital right now.
Well, we've had a lot of rants and now 2 public service announcements.
Yeah, I mean,
where is this show going? This show is just flipped.
But in all seriousness, though, you're right, because last year we went to Mossy Oak and Waverly, one of the local guys that went with us, who's, I don't want to name his name, but Jeremy Garwell had to get an IV.
Listen,
He was hurt.
If we'd had one more, I'd be in the hospital.
That's what I'm saying. He was that dehydrated. When we got back up to the clubhouse, because he had quit, we were like, oh, he's fine. No, he was not fine. I mean, he was
a ghost and ready to go.
You pull his skin up and it just stuck.
No,
and you're like, Ryan,
be careful.
Ryan Maddox,
Ryan Saturday's supposed to be like 101 degrees with humidity.
And he said, we got to get you somewhere now.
Right.
And we did. I mean, it was not perk you on up, though, you to the IV.
All right, well, that will do it for xSports Live tonight. So for Dusty Kaiser, Clint Brazier, Hayden Burks, Cam Mashburn, AJ Good, and producer extraordinaire, Samuel Camp.
Wait a minute.
This is last
week. You think he's here next week as well?
The restaurant will be closed.
Oh, it will be?
Yeah, they're going on vacation. We need to talk a trip. They're taking a family vacation.
I'll be
out
in
of
West
the restaurant.
Virginia, so
The restaurant's closing.
So no show. So this is your last show.
All right, xSports Live next week, live from North End Barbershop.
Let's do it.
6 days a week.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Look at you trying to copy.
AJ's coming back a day early.
One more selfish plug.
That would be. We all get a haircut.
Yeah, there we go.
Not a lot to come.
We'll see you guys maybe next week. Who knows?
This is the xSports Network.